Hey YouTube, it's Dr. Swing SW. This is Babe Ruth. I get a lot of questions from a lot of kids asking, do I think Babe Ruth would be successful? Would his swing be able to translate into today's game? I don't know if he could hit 95 to 100, but I can tell you by looking at his swing, his swing would be just as good as Mark Teixeira, Barry Bonds, any of the real good hitters in the league. He has the exact same swing. So let's look at it. So first of all, the major thing of note is that Babe Ruth has a super narrow stance. Super narrow. And so for him, he gets a huge stride out of there. So you can see how long his stride was. His stride's at least 1.5 feet. I tell little kids all the time if I'm coaching them to try not to have a huge stride, because that difference between where he is here and where he is here, that takes a lot of time. And timing is one of the hardest things to learn as a hitter. So if you're facing curveballs, change-ups, sliders, for a lot of hitters, it's very hard to time that up with this huge motion. Also, he's an up-cocker. So some hitters in the league, they start their hand at the top. Some hitters start their hand at, start their hands down here. But they all finish in the same position, right about here. Hands across the chest. Very little room right here. Hands are back. Hips turned in a little bit. Back leg a little bit straight. Really good position. Really good spine angle. Everything looks really good. See, he's an up cocker. People start with their hands up here. For their hands to get in slot where they are right here, they have to cock it down. So they would be considered a down cocker. Babe Ruth is obviously an up cocker. He's cocking up. Not many people are up cockers, but a few guys I can think of right now, Mookie Betts, Barry Bonds, they were both up cockers. Down cockers would be a Paul Goldschmidt. His hands start at the top, and he has to work them down. Bryce Harper's also a down cocker. So as you can see from right here, he really gets that foot down. His hips are square. He does a really job of keeping his front foot square. His hands are back. His hips are still pointing in. And from here, look at his hip rotation. Don't forget, the bat he's swinging with, I believe it was 44 ounces. He swung a log of a bat. So Babe Ruth was a very strong person. And look at this. Look how much bat drag he has. You can tell how heavy this bat is, because look at that bat drag. Perfect. That bat drag is remarkable. Now I'm going to follow his bat path with this. Let's see. Let me use a different color so it's easier to see. Look at that. Still got crazy bat drag. Look at that. Then he follows through it. Let me go a little bit further. Bam. So you can see if I draw an arrow all the way through. Slight uppercut. Perfect swing. If you look at any big leaguer today, has the exact same swing. Also, look at his back foot. He's really driving with his hips. Look at his back foot. You're gonna see this foot actually come off the ground. Look at that. That foot right there in that frame is actually off the ground. It's actually going up. Look at that. It actually jumps up. When I was a hitter, when I knew I was really getting into it, the same thing, your foot would actually come off the ground. That's when you know you have really good hip drive. And look, he finishes high. Finishes over the top. And just has this, this is his rebound. Basically, it's his stance. So after he turns his hips all the way, what does he look like? Every people have different rebounds. Some people stay still. Some people do a knee bent. The most prominent one I can think of is Eldrin Beltre. He actually sits on the ground. But that's just his rebound or his recovery. But his swing, perfect. Really simple. Get your foot out there. Get that good hip turn. Like I said, look how he stays behind the ball and stays on this axis. We just rotate. Bam. Staying behind that. Head doesn't move. Body turning. Head doesn't move. Follow all the way through. Really good swing. Really good swing. So no matter what you hear about Babe Ruth saying that he couldn't swing and he only hit bad pitching, don't forget this guy hit 714 home runs right after the dead ball era, where people weren't really hitting home runs. He was doing stuff that was never done. And a lot of it had to go with his swing. Bam. Point of contact. Elbow in. Everything looks so good. But no. This is my little analysis of Babe Ruth. Anyone, if you want to see someone hit from past, present, or future, look at this guy. Dr. Swing out.